This section of the video, we're going to cover troubleshooting. If you have lights go out on the house and you have to go assess the problem, whether it happens while you're on the job or you get a phone call that you have to come back because either all the lights are out or just a certain section of lights are out, we're going to show you what to do to troubleshoot that issue and hopefully get it rectified. The first issue that you might run into is that all of the lights on the entire house are out, which is actually more simple to fix in most cases. So the first thing that you would do is check the GFI. It stands for ground fault interrupter. And I'll take you over to the outlet on the outside of the house now to take a look at what that looks like and how they kind of test to see if that's the issue. So you would come up to the outdoor outlet here. First of all, you want to make sure that your extension cord is plugged in, and that's not the real simple issue there. Once you know that you've got a good connection, you'll want to take a look at the red and black button. The red one here on top says reset. The one on the bottom, the black one, says test. So you just want to press the test button and then reset. And that should turn the lights back on if that's the issue. It's very similar to like how a fuse panel would work in the house. Okay, the other issue that I wanted to talk to you guys about with troubleshooting if just a section of lights are out. So let's, for example, say that the first string up on the left front side of the house here is still, lit when you show up the house, and then the rest of the lights from that point on are out. The issue that you might be running into is that a fuse has blown. So in a later video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually change the fuse out. And if you would, can you show them on the house there where that is located, kind of where I'm talking about? And after we uninstall the lights, I'll show you guys how to switch a fuse out here. You're always going to find the fuse on the male end, which is this end with the prongs. This is considered the female end. When you take a close look here, you'll see that there's a section in the middle that's kind of like, dips down a little bit. You're going to need a razor knife, and you'll have to put the tip of the razor knife right here and kind of pull up. And it's going to make that compartment open. You might have to use the razor knife again to get it open all the way. You'll see in here, if you zoom in on this pretty closely, that there's two fuses. The way that these actually work, they're very similar to like when you put a battery in a kid's toy. So you can actually reach the razor knife in there on one end or the other. They're not always the easiest to get out, but there you go. There's one there. So after you get that out, you want to take a look at it very, very closely. And you can actually see if it looks like burnout, like similar to how a light bulb would. So let's just say that this is the issue. We see that this fuse is good and the other one or not good, excuse me, and the other one in here is good. So we will put this fuse, in a separate pile. And then on the female end, at least on these lights, you'll see that they gave us two extra fuses in case something like that happens. So we'll grab one of these new fuses here and install it the same way. You'll just put one end in first, push it, and then you'll need maybe a flathead screwdriver or your razor knife to push it back in, similar to how a battery works. You'll feel it when it makes a connection. So you just want to push gently as to not hurt the fuse there. Okay, and then you'll just close that compartment back up and push it in and it will click, and you should be good to go after that.